по коду приготовить.
1,8 назад. Уменьшается корабль на расчетной линии до центра. 1 градус. Вправо, 1 градус.
Free from biased news.
President also warning the U.S. fearful of a Russian invasion into Ukraine. The U.S. and NATO allies are ramping up efforts for a diplomatic solution. Today, France will hold a high-level meeting aiming to ease tensions between the two countries. But President Biden warning the 8,500 U.S. troops on standby to Europe may be deployed soon. The president also warning the U.S. may personally sanction Russia's President Vladimir Putin himself if Russia invades, on top of other severe economic trade sanctions. The administration now stepping up military support for Ukraine. REN panels on the ground as more American anti-tank and bunker-busting missiles arrive from Kiev.
This is the latest delivery of U.S. supplied weapons and ammunition to the Ukrainian government. It's meant to send a signal of support to the people of Ukraine, but also a message of deterrence to the Kremlin.
The acting U.S. ambassador to Ukraine confirming that support.
The Ukrainians are ready and capable of defending their country, and we will be there to help. We don't think that Ukraine should have to live with a loaded gun to its head.
But the Kremlin insisting they won't attack, even as more than 100,000 troops are gathered near the border. These new images show the Russian military conducting drills across the region. The U.S. is finalizing plans to help Europe with natural gas should Russia cut off supply amid current tensions. President Biden will hold talks with Qatar on Monday in an effort to send some of that nation's gas-supplied gas to Europe.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel.
Turn now to the financial squeeze on so many Americans. Gas and food prices spiking as some crucial pandemic relief measures come to an end. The latest hit coming with a devastating week on Wall Street, the worst start to a year since 2016. Here's ABC's Deirdre Bolton.
Tonight, American families squeezed under growing economic pressure, hammering their finances on multiple fronts. Wall Street off to its worst start to a year since 2016. The Dow plummeting more than 1,700 points this week. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ posting their worst week since the early days of the pandemic. Stocks that have soared during the health crisis like Zoom, Netflix, even Amazon, all taking deep dives. This week's market plunge wiping out more than $7,300 from the average American's 401k retirement fund. At the gas station and the supermarket, customers hit with sticker shock.
Either filling up or warm.
Supply chain issues and near 40-year high inflation sending prices skyrocketing. The cost of meat, poultry, fish and eggs surging 12.5% compared to last year. The price hikes effectively erasing many of the hard-fought wage increases workers have negotiated during the pandemic.
We're going to see consumers tighten their belts.
Adding to the misery for tens of millions of families, the recent expiration of expanded child tax credits, critical pandemic relief that provided parents with monthly payments of up to $300 per child.
Be a week's worth of groceries, frankly. That's what it equates to for us. It makes me feel just upset.
Also expiring, mortgage relief passed as part of the CARES Act. This as housing prices rise for the longest streak in almost a decade. Mortgage rates have been moving higher these last 3 weeks. Experts say that is likely to continue in 2022. Rents also forecast to rise.
And one thing after another. All right, Deirdre, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out me.
Discover Mrs. T's pierogies. They're stuffed with the stuff your family loves. Delicious pasta pockets.
European governments are struggling to decide what specific actions, short of a military attack on Ukraine, should trigger sanctions on Russia. EU nations are focusing on other forms of possible Russian aggression, including a disinformation campaign, a cyber attack, limiting gas supplies, or attempts to destabilize the Ukrainian government. But officials say countries can't agree on how to respond to the different scenarios.
Hey, thanks for watching. Bloomberg Quick Take Now. Subscribe.
The U.S. Navy tonight saying it will try to recover an F-35 stealth fighter. The pilot safely ejecting. It went down in the South China Sea, and tonight back up in here on why the Chinese could be very interested in this highly classified American jet.
Tonight, one of the most sophisticated pieces of military technology on the planet, now at the bottom of the South China Sea and up for grabs. The Navy says arrangements are already underway to recover an F-35C stealth fighter, which was conducting routine flight operations when it suffered a landing mishap, crashing into the flight deck of the aircraft carrier USS Carl Vinson, then falling into the ocean. The pilot ejecting safely and was later recovered by a helicopter. 6 sailors were injured on that carrier, 2 of them, plus the pilot, medevaced to the Philippines. The incident, now under investigation, happened a day ago as the USS Carl Vinson carried out a naval show of force along with the Japanese Navy in the South China Sea, where China has recently made maritime territorial claims.
The race is on now to get the appropriate kind of recovery gear. The Chinese have it, the U.S. Navy has it. Both those countries are going to get a hold of this wreckage.
The nearly $100 million 5th-generation stealth fighter, one of the most sophisticated assets in the U.S. arsenal.
It's almost invisible to radar, and so the construction, the coatings that are on that airplane are of great interest to the Chinese.
David, the U.S. Navy has specialized equipment to salvage aircraft and submarines from incredible depths, recently bringing up a helicopter from 19,000 feet. But analysts say the Chinese have similar equipment, which is why they say the race is on to get to that wreckage.
David, fascinating. We'll see who gets to it first. Matt Gutman, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel.
There's no way to say it, but when you're out there, you feel like he's laughing at you.
We met Rita Rose at a women's homeless shelter in Hollywood. Until recently, she'd been living on the streets after being forced out of her apartment.
I was literally laying on benches. I was like scared to death. I didn't know what to do. It's just really hell. I mean, I'll be 66 years old in June.
People over age 50, like Rita, are becoming homeless in alarming numbers. They make up half of all unhoused people in California.
2020, which were our latest numbers, the estimates were for LA County, you had a roughly a 13 to 15% increase in homelessness, but a 20% increase in older homelessness.
Homelessness takes a heavy toll on older people.
The
average life expectancy of a person experiencing homelessness is about 47 years old, as compared to a person who's in permanent housing about 77.
Few homeless persons survive past age 65. For unhoused people, years of living on the streets actually accelerates the aging process. People in their 50s often show signs of illnesses or conditions more common than people in their 70s.
We do see this phenomenon of accelerated aging. We see things, such as urinary incontinence, dementia, just being able to complete activities of daily living becomes more challenging for this population. Correct.
Experts say the housing shortage and steeply rising rents are the main reasons for the surge in homeless elders. Older people on fixed incomes, like the federal old age pension program, are being pushed out of housing they rented for years. For others, a one-time medical crisis or a major expense can end up in homelessness. California's Governor Gavin Newsom plans to spend an unprecedented $750 million this year on housing for the most vulnerable. Rita Rose, who receives disability payments, is waiting for a subsidized apartment to open up.
Really, I got a chance for housing, of course I can.
Hoping for a basic need to be met and a measure of dignity in life's waning years. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Los Angeles.
And like the Monday, it's a new year.
Shalom, give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. Honors to the elders and apostles for the edification and knowledge. Body Yahweh Bashim Yoshua with the spirit of the elders and apostles relating to this truth and knowledge, so we can know this truth and knowledge, learn this truth and knowledge. Call Holly Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. This is a few videos, Al Jazeera, few videos relating to this is Al Jazeera English, talking about homelessness, the increase of homelessness in California. That's Al Jazeera English. An ABC report relating to the Navy reports a stealth crash of a stealth F-35 that crashed off the one of the aircraft carriers. I believe it was the Carl Vinson in South China. And they're looking for parts. So the U.S. and China, they're racing for to retrieve those parts because they're, sophisticated technology, and they don't want that stuff getting in the wrong hands. So U.S. is racing to try to get that before everybody else tries to get it. And EU split on response relating to Russia and Ukraine situation. Higher prices relating, that's on Bloomberg Quick Takes report on that video. Then the other one is ABC report relating to why are prices going up, relating to prices of food, the rent's going up, rent increase, pretty much everything, man, due to different things, the supply shortage and different things. Ukraine crisis relating to ABC report. This one's talking about on the buildup of troops that Putin's building up, relating to this, the Sun report video. Putin deploys 20 ships and 120,000 troops. And you're seeing a lot of scarcity relating to, for example, empty shelves in Walmart, for example. So there's a lot of things are going on. Extreme cold weather, northeast threatens northeaster up in there, the snow. So a lot of things are going on. Let me get a few scriptures. Get Luke 8:17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known or come abroad. So anything secret is going to be made manifest, and anything anything that's hid is going to be made known. So things that's hidden and in secret is going to be made manifest and made known. And you've seen a lot was being made manifest and being made known. For example, Scripture talks about the end is beginning to manifest. So it's beginning to be made known, man. Because the Lord is pretty much visiting the earth which He has made, man. So He's allowing things to be manifest and be made known by the presence of fulfillment relating to Him visiting on the earth, relating to judgments, man. Let's get 2 Ezra 6 and 20. Second Ezra 6 and 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished. And the world is beginning to vanish away little by little. It's deteriorating incrementally little by little. And then will I shew these tokens, which are signs. The book shall be opened, because the book is being opened, man, before the firmament, and they shall see all together, man. So these tokens and signs is being made, the book is being opened, man, being made known. And the world is beginning to vanish away, it's beginning to deteriorate, man. The society is beginning to decrease. A lot of things is happening, man, from economical aspect, social aspect, and things are going down. Things are pretty much going down, man. You know, threats of war, rumors of wars. Second Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So the storehouse is being found empty. Empty shelves, supplies, victuals are becoming limited, whether manufacturally or design or just on a natural level. You're seeing a lot of empty spaces, man. For example, some of these stores, man, Walmart and different other establishments, man, food establishments, man. So, and this relates to this supply shortage and different things, cause of that. But you seeing things are becoming things are becoming empty, man. Not as plentiful like they used to be, man. Whether it's purposely or otherwise, man. And 23, and the trumpet shall give us a sound, which when every man heareth shall be suddenly afraid. So that trumpet, that warning, they're going to be suddenly afraid. 6 and 24, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. So friends are going to fight like enemies, man, relating to the things that's going to be going on, man. A lot of things is going to be going on related to pretty much the state and condition of how society will be. And the love, Scripture talks about as iniquity increases, the love of many shall, as iniquity increases, the love of many shall wax cold, man. Shalakia messed it up, but let me get it. Trying to remember it. And because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So that's what's happening. So the iniquity is going to increase relating to the wickedness. but the love of many is going to wax cold, man. So you're going to, in 2 Timothy 3:1 through talking about the state and condition, how people are going to be towards one another in the times to come and right now, precursively, and different things. So that's what you're seeing, man. Let's go back to 6 and 20, second Ezra 6 and 24. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountains shall stand still. In 3 hours they shall not run. That's the physical waters, man. The waters of societies beginning to shut. That faucet is beginning to shut closed, man. You know, and that's what's happened. The spirit of mirth is relating to Ecclesiastes on 12, 3 and 4. The spirit of mirth is being cut, man. So that faucet, that fountain of pretty much of activity that used to be is being cut little by little, man. And the earth shall stand in fear that those that dwell therein. 2 Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done in the latter times because of what? A great pride, man. So these miseries are coming upon them because of the wickedness, the pride, decrease of iniquity, sin, and different things, man. The wickedness, man. So that's why all these things are happening upon the world which the Lord has made, man. You know. Let's go to Isaiah 58 and 7. Isaiah 58 and 7. Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry, pretty much share the bread, and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house, the homeless and the poor to thy house, and when thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thy own flesh. So this relates to helping the poor, man. If he needs food, shelter, if he's naked, clothing, food, shelter, help. California, you're seeing a lot of homelessness, man. You're seeing a lot of people on the street because they can't pay rent, for example. California, because it's very high out there. And plus the increase of rent across the country, man. So you're seeing the increase of that, people on the street, man. Let's go a couple more. A time of love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. We're in a time of war, man. Hearing rumors of wars and different things, man. But these things must come to pass, man. Matthew 10:34. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. So a sword is being sent forth. Go with also Luke talking about think not that I come to send peace on earth, but nay, rather division, man. That's 12:51 of Luke. The scripture talks about before that talking about a fire that'll already be kindled. So that fire, that sword, that division is being set forth, man. Matthew 24:6-7. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. And that's what you hear. Rumors of wars. Possible WW3. Ukraine and Russia. The tensions are increasing. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, plagues, and earthquakes in different places. All these things are going to happen. Plagues, pestilence, famines, earthquakes in all different places all over the world. These are things that must come to be, man. These things have to happen, man. For we in the beginnings of sorrows and the latter times of sorrows, man. So these things are part of what has to happen before the coming of Yahweh Bashim Yashab, man. Scripture talks about Joel 3, talking about prepare ye for war, man. The Gentiles for war, man. So that's the times we're in, man. And Ezekiel 38 talks about Magog and Gog and this band of allies or troops that are, or countries that's going to band with Magog, which would be Russia, the bear, and this band of allies versus U.S. and its allies, man. That's Ezekiel 38, Job 3:9 through down. Talk about these preparation for of the battle, man. So these are just a few scriptures related to those videos a little bit. I hope it helps in some way. Give all praise to Yahweh. Bashim Yashab, Bashim Rakakadash, Shalom. And this is Brother Zayab. Shalom. Thanks.